I gotta wipe away a tear on that one. That is a heartwarming moment that definitely wasn't created by ChatGPT. You're the president of the United States of America. And you're the first lady, he said. Good luck. Turns out writing is hard when you don't have Michelle Obama to plagiarize from. It is hard. It's very difficult.
Have you ever shared a political meme and wondered if it actually matters? Well, you're about to find out just how much impact your laughter can have. Jordan Klepper's roast of Melania Trump's book has spiraled into a phenomenon that's changing political discourse. And guess what? Your reactions, your shares, your comments, they're all part of this seismic shift. Here's why your voice matters more than ever.
Well, we don't see a lot of Melania, but she's also been on a media tour this week. Fox News, social media, your kid's piano recital. Arlo, you are not be best. Melania Trump, former First Lady, and the only Slovenian you can name off the top of your head. Now, obviously, she's out there because she's a supportive wife who believes in her husband's America first. I'm with you. She has a book to sell.
Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. The crowd laughs out loud, feeling both surprised and happy at the same time. Klepper's roast is not only funny, but it is also very accurate. He points out how strange it is that the spouse of the world's most famous Twitter troll wrote a book about cyberbullying. The crowd cheers louder with each zinger as they take it in.
Now, we actually have a copy here. Yeah, this is it. This is her book. I want to read you a quick passage just to give you a feel for it. This is real. You know, people make a lot of jokes about this marriage, but when I look at their shared love of exploiting our political system to sell shit for personal profit, I just see two soulmates. As Donald prepared to go down to his office on Wednesday morning, he and I had a private moment. Congratulations, I said. What an achievement. All those other people. And you won.
Within hours, clips of Klepper's segment were shared all over social media. Fans on Twitter are having a great time as they share their favorite moments and add their own thoughts. Millions of people have watched the video because of popular hashtags like Charn Klepper Roast and Melania Memoir. Then though, something strange happens. Always quick to respond to what he sees as an insult, Donald Trump goes off on Truth Social. He goes on an all-caps rant that sounds like a Trump Insults Greatest Hits album.
Yesterday, Melania paid a visit to her husband's other true love, Fox News, where she revealed an interesting personal tidbit about her husband.
Would you have married Donald Trump if you had a crystal ball that said he would be president?
That's a interesting.
Ooh. No pajamas, huh? That's a steamy image. I can just imagine that scene, Trump under the covers, dressed only in his long red tie.
Failing comedian Jordan Klepper thinks he's funny, but he's just a loser who can't get real laughs. He says, sad. Trump's answer is typical of his style, which is hostile, personal, and lacking in any subtlety. As a result, more people know the original jokes. This is very different from Klepper's polished and funny style. Quickly, a funny video that went viral turns into a big political story. People are aware of the irony. Trump's weak response to Klepper's roast has made it more well-known than it would have been on its own. The media pick up on the story and look at Klepper's jokes and Trump's response. Political experts give their thoughts and talk about whether Trump's answer shows a deeper lack of confidence.
Whoa. Pretty sexy stuff. But maybe hearing about Donald Trump's bedtime routine from Melania doesn't get your engines revving.
As the story goes on, it becomes clear that this funny exchange has led to something much more important. What started out as a simple book review has turned into a national conversation about political ego, the value of satire, and how humor can be used to hold politicians accountable. Even though the laughter has stopped, the effects of what happened are just now beginning to be felt. Trump's angry response didn't just fan the flames, it started a digital wildfire. On social media, jokes and memes about his thin skin spread at a speed that had never been seen before. People who had never talked about politics before got caught up in the craze and started sharing and making content that made fun of Trump's weak ego. A surprisingly wide range of age groups and genders took part in this viral trend. People from all walks of life took part, not just folks who are usually politically active. Older people shared jokes on Facebook with the same fervor they usually reserve for cat videos. On the other hand, young adults who had never been interested in politics were all of a sudden making funny memes. Memes with the most creative ideas came about because of this event. One picture that got a lot of attention showed Trump as a big orange balloon that was about to pop because of Klepper's jokes. Someone else changed the cover of Melania's book so that it said, "How to Marry a Man-Child, a Cautionary Tale." These memes weren't just stupid jokes. They were harsh criticisms of Trump's personality and the way he runs the government. While the internet was crackling with laughter, a more somber conversation began to form. Politicians and media experts started to think about what Trump's response meant in a broader sense. They wondered if the fact that he couldn't handle a joke was a sign of a deeper fear that his opponents could use against him. Some people even said that comedy might be the key to breaking Trump's political power. Soon, comedians and late-night hosts were making the most of the situation. Stephen Colbert did a satirical, dramatic reading of Melania's book with big eye rolls. And Jimmy Kimmel read Trump's Truth Social rant in a bunch of different silly voices for an entire segment. Instead of just trying to get cheap laughs, these comedians used their craft to question and criticize people in power. It's interesting to think about how this event could change the way people talk about politics and run campaigns in the future. There are some experts who are starting to wonder if Trump's weak spot in future political conflicts might be laughter. Is it possible for a joke told at the right time to change people's minds more than a policy debate? As we think about how this surprising event went from a book review to a political firestorm, one question remains. Could humor be the great equalizer in this age of extreme polarization, able to bring people of different political views together and hold leaders accountable in ways that traditional methods can't? Who would have thought that a review of a book would cause such a political firestorm? Jordan Klepper made fun of Melania Trump's memoir, which set off a chain reaction that can still be heard in the halls of power. A few laughs in a comedy club turned into a national debate about the effects of satire and not having a thick skin when it comes to politics. The unique power of humor to change people's minds and shape political stories is shown by this event. Dr. Jeffrey Jones says it so well. Satire is an important part of democracy because it keeps power in check and gets people involved in political debate. Klepper's jokes not only made people laugh, but they also started conversations about leadership and responsibility that aren't always present in mainstream political commentary. The effects of this funny exchange raise interesting questions about the direction of political discourse. Could laughter be the thing that finally brings down even the most powerful politicians? As we move forward, we need to ask, in this time of extreme division, could comedy be the best way to get people to really participate in politics and hold leaders accountable?